This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coupé, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Monday. It is the 8th day of September in the year 2025. It's a very, very, very sad day today. For those of us who have gotten the message, the news that Blaze has transitioned, yeah? Man, could you imagine this? Indeed a sad day, but guess life goes on. You know, every day you live, you'll get to see someone going down. So hence the reason why we ought to be so thankful for everything, every day. Good morning, Grenada. It's 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock, and I hope you're having a wonderful day thus far. And if you're not, you know, I do hope that there's something that I may say or a song I may play that might just change that perspective you have for the day. It is indeed a good day to have a good day. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone.
Sometimes you feel like you're swimming against the tides. So many problems.
It's 25 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour, and just wanting to say good morning, good morning, good morning. Yulin Alexander, Yulin Swan is with us already. Mildred Smith is with us. All those of you who are locked on at this time, good morning.
Those are the twists and turns in life. Whatever your problem.
It's Monday. Yeah, it's a scary day for many people, but it's Monday.
No one said life is easy, and it's no fairy tale.
And as usual, let me see what my friend sent us so we can start the day as we ought to. Let's see what my reverend friend has sent us for today. And today he says, it's Monday. Heavenly Father, for bringing us to a brand new day and week, we bless your holy name. We thank you for your mercy and your grace, which woke us up this morning and kept us safe throughout the night. We remain forever grateful for our families, homes, and jobs, and pray that you will send angels to protect us and our loved ones today. May you mend every broken heart, touch all who need healing, comfort all who mourn, and bless those with financial needs. In the precious name of Jesus, amen. And Monday with love, and we know that all things work together for good for them, to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And that's from Romans chapter 8 and verse 28.
Everybody has been down.
Alright, for some reason we're having a little technical glitch on our console here, but nonetheless we'll make it work. Monica Meros Williams, good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful morning thus far, yeah, and that everything is alright. Daddy Godwin too.
But when the challenge calls, if you stumble and fall.
Oh yeah, who ever thought? I mean, there's so many things that are circulating. There's a report that Neil Franklin, you know, a report that's circulating that he was poisoned. Could you imagine this? All right, Sylvina wants to know why today is a sad day. Is the passing of Mr. Michael Blaze, man. Pan enthusiast from River Road. 23 minutes on to 7. The word of the day today, that word is unorthodox. 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 I'm certain you heard that word before. Unorthodox. It was said that Shiv Naren Chandapal had an unorthodox way of batting. And what it means contrary to tradition or norm. Unorthodox. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. His unorthodox methods often led to innovative solutions. Yeah, he always thought outside of the box, yeah? Yeah.
If you stumble and fall, my friend, you must rise up, stand up, start again.
And that was the word of the day for today. knowing that it is a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yep. That's what it is, folks. Things don't always go the way we plan, and always remember there are dream stealers out there who will do everything in their power to ensure that you have a bad day. Don't let that happen. Keep smiling at them. Let them be left in awe as you continue to smile when they do all their wrongs. Nadisha, good morning to you. Good morning, Petlin. Good morning to Ryan and Nakita and the Sandersons. Debbie, good morning to you also. It's a motivational tip of the day. You're not alone. You're not alone. Not alone. Not alone. I'm going to take this one from the top. You know, somebody needs to hear that.
Sometimes.
Break goals into smaller tasks. Tackle big goals by dividing them into manageable steps. This prevents overwhelm and keeps momentum. It prevents you getting overwhelmed and it keeps the momentum. You know, it's easier to break them up into smaller tasks, and then you'll see what you accomplish, and it gives you additional impetus to go on. All right, so tackle big goals by dividing them into manageable steps. You understand? Don't go out today and say I'm gonna plant 500 seedlings today. You know, you got to clean and prepare the ground. After you clean the ground and you prepare it and so forth, then you start planting. All right, you do them in steps, manageable steps. Okay. Nice, folks. It's 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock.
There might be blues.
GT, hurry up and come, eh? We got a problem on the board, man. Good morning, tall boy. River Road, good morning. Your morning this morning. I know Mr. Blaze touched the lives of many. I remembered last year in the Dimash Gua, he came on solo for me with Pride and Glory. He got a golden heart, man. What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing this morning. Well, Grenada consults on child responsibility bill. Illegal moorings must be removed by December 15th. In the region, Caribbean leaders meet in Africa CARICOM Summit. That's happening in Nigeria. Internationally, Ukraine government building hit in attack, a Russian attack. And in sports, the Royals and the Patriots win in Sunday CPL matches. The details to these and more coming up shortly.
Down this road, on this highway, you'll miss a sign sometime.
Catherine Phillip, good morning to you.
But when the challenge calls,
hope everybody is doing fine, man. Good morning to the folks in Snell Hall and Mount Fendu and Madis and Mali. Good morning. Vicklin, good morning to you. Good morning, Mommy Quinn. How are you doing? And the entire Cadet family. Auntie Elsa and Trevs, good morning. Zuri and Zavi. My brother Nigel and his wife and son, good morning. Hope you all doing fine. Curti, good morning. Good morning to the medical team at the Mail Surgical. Good morning to the folks in the intensive care unit. As a matter of fact, good morning to all the medical practitioners. You guys are just awesome. You know, you are miracle workers. Keep pushing, keep persevering despite, you know, the lack of adequate equipment and so forth. But you're doing, you know, a very, very good job, and you must be given that credit. You don't always get it right, but you work miracles with the resources that you have, and for that, we as a nation, we are eternally grateful and thankful. Dr. Keith Johnson, good morning to you. Dr. Hensley Batiste, Dr. Bernard, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Noel and family. You and your dear wife. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Are you ready to take charge of your money, build wealth, and protect your family's legacy? Then join us on October 9th, 2025 at Radisson Grenada Beach Resort for your Financial Future 2.0 Legacy, Literacy, and Liberation, a one-day financial summit designed to break cycles, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. You'll gain real-life budgeting hacks, a money mindset reboot, steps to create generational wealth, and practical tips on investing, estate planning, insurance, health, and business finance, all from expert speakers who know how to turn knowledge into action. With 2 inspirational keynotes, 3 powerful panel discussions, and 6 breakout sessions, you will leave with your personalized action plan for success. Don't wait. Secure your seat today. Tickets are EC $350 at disruptiveleadershipconference.com/YFF. Your Financial Future 2.0. Your next chapter starts here.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Suicide is a growing public health challenge, and Wednesday, September 10th, marks World Suicide Prevention Day under the theme, Changing the Narrative on Suicide. This Monday on Beyond the Headlines, breaking the silence, we put the issue under the spotlight. In studio, Josh Hector, Director of Mental Health and Substance Use, and Pearson Stroud, Director of Student Support Services. We discuss the warning signs, the role of schools, and how families and communities can respond. Join us live Monday night only on GBN. It's Beyond the Headlines at 8:30 p.m.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, September 8th, 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada consults on Child Responsibility Bill. Illegal moorings must be removed by December 15th. In the region, Caribbean leaders meet in Africa CARICOM Summit. Internationally, Ukraine government building hit in attack. And in sports, Royals and Patriots win Sunday in the CPL matches. We've got the details of these and more after these messages.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Championship glory awaits as the world's greatest athletes are converging on the world's greatest platform in Tokyo, Japan. The likes of Kerani James, Anderson Peters, and Lyndon Victor. 3 titans ready to clash in the ultimate battle. Who will reign supreme? Will it be Kerani's speed, Anderson's precision, or Lyndon's power? It's the World Championships from Tokyo, Japan, from September 13th to the 21st. Follow the action live daily on GBN Television.
Good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The debate over Grenada's Age of Civil Legal Responsibility bill continues to gain momentum. Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Senator the Honorable Gloria Thomas, says her ministry has begun a round of stakeholder consultations on the proposed legislation. The bill, which had its first reading in Parliament on July 24th, has already drawn concerns from members of the opposition who argue that lowering the age of responsibility could place undue pressure on children. But Minister Thomas says the consultations beginning in October and continuing through November are meant to build consensus and strengthen the legislation. We have more in this report.
Last we heard of the bill from the Parliament, where the first reading was done. We have since moved to involve our internal stakeholders, main stakeholders, who work and serve in the interests of our children on the island. So we had a consultation with the Ministry of Health, the Child Protection Authority, Grenada Planned Parenthood Association, PAM, which is the Program for Adolescent Mother, Police, the Community Relations Department. We had also the Coalition and Rights of the Child, and most of our main division within our Ministry of Social Development, like the Juvenile Justice and the Social Work Unit.
She explained that agencies such as the Ministry of Health, Child Protection Authority, Planned Parenthood, the Program for Adolescent Mothers, the Police, and the Coalition on the Rights of the Child are already engaged.
It is very important for us to meet with all the stakeholders who work in the interest of our children, because we want to ensure that all of us have a clear understanding of what this bill is about and what it offers for our children who are not in a position to speak with their parents, or whose parents do not have the confidence to more or less look after the children as we would like them to. So it is important for us to meet with our key stakeholders to ensure that we are singing from the same hymn sheet, because all of us work in the interest of our children, and we want to ensure that whatever we put forward for our children, it has buy-in, and we could provide the necessary support for the children in need.
Attorney General Claudette Joseph has maintained that the bill is a necessary step to modernize Grenada's legal system in line with international standards, while ensuring that children receive appropriate protections. Minister Thomas says once stakeholder sessions are complete, the public will also be consulted before the bill returns to Parliament for further debate. Grenada's sporting giants are set to light up Tokyo. A powerful four-member team will fly the nation flag at the 2025 World Athletics Championships from September 13th to 21st. Leading the charge is Olympic legend Kirani Jaguar James in the men's 400 meters, alongside two-time world javelin champion Anderson Peters, decathlon star Lyndon Victor, and shot put record holder Kelsey Morel Ross, the lone female warrior in the squad. The team is backed by coaches Paul Phillip, Christopher Lawrence, Christopher Huffins, and Marisa Chu. Grenada's delegation has already begun arriving in Tokyo, ready to battle the world's best for medals and glory. On the sidelines of the second Africa CARICOM Summit, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell held bilateral talks with His Excellency Honorable William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya. Discussions focused on deepening bilateral relations, the lifting of visa requirements for citizens of both countries, advancing cooperation in digital currency, geothermal energy, climate change, green energy, and harmonization of sustainable practices. Kenya stands as a global leader in geothermal energy, with 50% of its power sourced from this renewable resource. Prime Minister Mitchell extended an invitation to President Ruto to visit Grenada for the upcoming independence celebrations, which he graciously accepted pending his schedule. Boat owners and marine users in Grenada are on notice. All illegal moorings in the nation's bays and harbors must be removed by December 15th or face penalties. The clampdown will focus heavily on Prickly Bay and the Woburn-Claxcoat Bay, where unapproved moorings have multiplied despite a public advisory issued back in 2021. Government has contracted Moor South to legally manage, install and operate approved mooring systems, with installation set to begin soon. Officials say the move is aimed at tightening regulations of the yachting sector and protecting fragile marine ecosystems. Enforcement officers will monitor compliance, and any illegal moorings left after the deadline will risk removal and fines. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. In the region, tensions in the Caribbean are rising as Iran and Venezuela strengthen their diplomatic ties amid increasing U.S. military activity in the region. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi spoke with his Venezuelan counterpart Ivan Gil Pinto on phone, condemning what both called Washington's illegal threats and unilateral actions. Gil thanked Tehran for its support of Venezuela's sovereignty, while Araghchi called U.S. measures a violation of the UN Charter and a threat to global peace. The call comes after U.S. President Donald Trump warned Venezuelan jets flying near American naval ships would be shot down if they posed a threat. The incidents followed a strike on a Venezuela-linked vessel that reportedly left 11 people dead. Trump has deployed additional naval assets and thousands of personnel in Latin America to combat drug trafficking, a move Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro calls part of a regime change agenda. Maduro insists Venezuela seeks dialogue, urging the U.S. to respect national sovereignty while affirming his country's readiness to defend its independence. Caribbean leaders are in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, for the second Africa CARICOM summit, which kicked off last Sunday. The President of the Republic and Secretary General of the Polisario Front, Brahim Ghali, is attending along with key ministers and high-level officials. CARICOM leaders, including the Secretary General of the group, are participating in discussions aimed at strengthening political, economic, and development partnerships with African nations. The summit also brings together heads of major financial institutions, including the World Bank, IMF, African Development Bank, Caribbean Development Bank, and Afri-Exim Bank, as well as senior representatives from the Union or the African Union, the United Nations, and other international organizations. Discussions at the summit are expected to focus on enhancing strategic Africa-Caribbean ties, joint development projects, and cooperation in key economic sectors. Now, looking further afield, Ukraine's main government building in Kyiv has been hit for the first time in the war during Russian attacks, the Ukraine Prime Minister has said. We get more from the BBC's Eastern Europe correspondent Sarah Rainsford. More in this report.
You know, we saw helicopters with buckets of water, bags of water, dropping those on the building. The fire was huge. The plume of smoke was really, really large, and there were explosions across the capitals, but also here at the cabinet building, the building of the government here. The first time that or any official building like this has been hit. So that is a significant moment. But at the same time, in this attack on Kyiv and across the country, there are residential buildings that were on fire overnight. We know of a woman and a baby being killed here in Kyiv and of other casualties across the country. So the Prime Minister has put out an angry statement talking about the need to increase pressure on the Russian economy, on its war machine to stop these attacks, and calling again on Ukraine's Western allies to make sure that Ukraine has the weapons it needs to defend itself, because the air defences here are overwhelmed when the drone attacks are so huge. When there are hundreds and hundreds of drones fired at the country, air defences struggle to cope, and that, I think, is what we saw.
In New Zealand, a man who had been on the run with his 3 children for nearly 4 years is believed to have been shot dead by police. Authorities say the man, thought to be Tom Phillips, was shot in western Waikato while officers were responding to an armed robbery. One of his children was reportedly with him at the time, and police are searching for the other 2. Phillips had a warrant out for his arrest over his suspected involvement in a North Island bank robbery last year. His death comes just a month after his family made a direct public appeal for him to return home. That's all the regional and international developments at this time. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans, and we start off with the Caribbean Premier League, the Republic Bank CPL. The action on Sunday, the Barbados Royals defeated the St. Lucia Kings by 27 runs. The Royals posted 191 for 5, with Brandon King scoring 42 and Ravman Powell unbeaten on 41, while the Kings managed 164 for 9, with David top scoring at 44. Simmons took 3 wickets for 28 runs. Later in the day, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots beat the Guyana Amazon Warriors by 5 wickets, reaching 149 for 6 against the Warriors 144 for 8. There are no matches today or tomorrow. The next CPL game is on Wednesday at 7 p.m. when the Guyana Amazon Warriors take on the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. The U.S. Open's men's final between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner was delayed by 30 minutes because of extra security measures put in place for President Trump's visit. The match was scheduled to start at 2 p.m. local time in New York, but was pushed back because of huge queues outside Arthur Ashe Stadium. Security has been increased significantly at the Billie Jean National Tennis Center, with airport-style scanners erected overnight outside Ashe. There was a mixture of cheers and jeers when he appeared on the big screen. On Saturday, U.S. Open organizers asked the broadcasters not to highlight any negative reactions to Trump during the final. And that's all the sports at this time. We've got the weather forecast right ahead, which will be followed closely by a recap of the headlines.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
We join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Monday the 8th of September 2025, as recorded at the Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair. The winds are coming from the east at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1015 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 28.8 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 74%. Yesterday's maximum was 30.7 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 27.1 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only a trace of rainfall was recorded. Hence, the total for the month remains at 47.3 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Val for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief, isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Today's max will be 31.5 degrees Celsius, with winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas will be slight to moderate, with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 10 a.m. and high tide at 3:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:12 and sunrise at 5:56. Just repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief, isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. From the forecast of Moss Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. You have a great day likewise, together with your entire team at the Met Office. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's 4 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock to end the news. A recap of the headlines. Grenada consults on child responsibility bill. Illegal moorings must be removed by December 15th. In the region, Caribbean leaders meet in Africa CARICOM summit. Internationally, Ukraine government building hit an attack. And in sports, Royals and Patriots win on Sunday in the Republic Bank CPL matches. That has been the morning edition of news for today's Monday, September 8th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. The traffic report comes up momentarily.
Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Grenada. Exciting news. Oasis Pet and Garden has expanded. In addition to our existing location, we're now open at our new location, Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations for even more convenience.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Check out our garden department for the best quality Pro Mix potting soil, vegetable seeds, and seedling trays, cocoa peat, liquid fertilizer, granular fertilizers, and more. Our livestock and livestock products are the highest quality and the best prices in Grenada.
Are you ready?
Grenada. Get ready to move, groove, and celebrate wellness in style.
Everybody move. Let your body move.
This Saturday, September 13th, join us for the Caribbean Wellness Day Health and Wellness Walk, starting 3 p.m. sharp at the St. Paul's Police Station. Powered by the legendary Waggity Sound System, we're walking through St. Paul's Main Road into Hope Vale and ending at Lavery Junction with a high-energy musical cool-down. Enjoy fresh fruit, ice-cold water, and good vibes all around. Bring your crew, bring your kids, bring the whole family. Everyone's invited to walk. Mark your calendar, Saturday, September 13th at 3 p.m. Let's walk for wellness, walk for life. See you there.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
GRENLEC Community Partnership Initiative.
On behalf of the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs and Local Government, and by extension the Government of Grenada, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to the Grenada Electricity Company, GRENLEC, for coming on board with us to partner for the Build Back Better initiative by providing furnishings for the homes. And furnishings include beds, mattresses, and other things, and we want to say that it has positively impacted the residents of those homes who have already benefited, and for those who will benefit, we know that it will positively impact their lives as we work together to recover Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Grendek, energizing our community.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025.
All right, folks, it's now 14 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's time for us to join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good Monday morning to you, Corporal Paul. Okay, we seem to have lost Corporal Paul there. I am very certain that he will call back. Already we've got the drone footage up, so I know that he will call back. Right, let's attempt here again. Good morning, Corporal Paul. Welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. It's a splendid morning. It's a beautiful morning as well. And this morning we bring the traffic update from the Grenada Police Force. And this morning we already have some movement of traffic in most of our areas, especially in our town and in our towns and all its adjoining roads. It is always a pleasure when persons look forward to getting the feeds of this program, and we have live feed this morning. So far, we focus in the area of the St. George's, and so far we're seeing a number of vehicles already on our roads, and persons are going to and from their destination, and we know that school is in progress, so most of the areas as a result of persons heading to these schools to drop off their children in the morning time. We're seeing already in the area of the Lucas Street roundabout, we're seeing movement in traffic there as well. We're seeing a number of vehicles coming out from the St. Paul's and the area of the Boca direction, which heads up to the Marasteel direction. For the past 24 hours, we had a total of 5 minor accidents reporting in the Tri-Island state of Grenada. Not bad, but at the end of the day, we still encourage drivers to drive safely along our nation's road. We're seeing in the area of Springs as well. I recently passed through that area, and there were movement of traffic in that area as well. It's moderate, but not heavy at the moment. So far, we're seeing the area of the Lucas Street, where we already see a number of movements there from vehicles in the town of St. George's. Not bad, but it's constant and moderate. Most of the areas there, but as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, we expect some build up in that traffic as well. We're also seeing here in the area of the Cemetery Hill direction, that is because there are mostly vehicles coming from the western direction, so you're seeing traffic on the Cemetery Hill, also vehicles coming from the Church Street, that is vehicles coming from the town of St. George. So we're seeing movements in those areas. So therefore, we advise persons that If you have not left home as yet, please do so that you can get to your destination on time and get there safely. It is always a pleasure as we bring the traffic update to the persons on a morning time. So if you're in the area of the town of St. George's and you have to get to the Grandlands area, we advise that you will expect a little bit of traffic this morning if you have not left home as yet. Kudos to those who have already left. You can get to your destination safely and on time. But as stated earlier on, if you have not left home yet and you're traversing in any of the areas, expect a little bit of delay as you get to your destination. It is always a pleasure, and the question we ask every morning, I will continue to ask that question. If you're texting,
then who is driving?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Corporal Paul, and we look forward to another engagement tomorrow morning, should the good Lord spare our lives.
Absolutely. So have a blessed day to you and the entire team, and also to all the drivers listening to the sound of my voice.
All right, folks, that has been the traffic report presented there by Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF. We take a quick commercial break and we come back with our Ariza programming.
Welcome to Caracou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation this morning. On Mondays, you know, I'm blessed with the presence of my dear friend, my ride or die, Josephine George. Good morning, my dear. How was your weekend?
Good morning, my dear.
How was the weekend?
It was a combination of things.
Okay.
But all in all, I thank God for a good weekend.
Lovely.
How was
lovely.
yours?
Well, normal, restful, under doctor's orders and so forth. I'm getting, it seems like my immune system is not as functional as it should be, so I have a multiplicity of little complications there and there with the flu and sneezing and running nose, and you might pick it up in my voice, but I'm all good.
Why do I sound as if I know those feelings, sir?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
nonetheless,
I do know those feelings, but
we're alive and we're thankful
we're
for life.
chugging along.
Yeah, we're thankful for life.
We are.
This morning we want to touch on, you know, something very topical from an ariser's perspective, arisans and prospective arisans. It's important that you listen to this conversation carefully, like you always do every Monday and Wednesday. All right, this morning we're urging you to know your accounts and the importance of savings.
Know your accounts. Now, when we rebranded in 2017, if I'm wrong, guys, don't beat me over the head. 2016, I think it was. I was not there at the time, but what we knew as regular shares and special shares, the names were changed to lifetime savings and transaction savings.
Okay.
So just to say to those of us who didn't pay attention, when you come in and someone asks you whether you want your money on your lifetime savings or your transaction savings or maybe your DO4, I want to bring the DO4 into the conversation.
Right.
You shouldn't be stumped because you do have. Remember, as a member of this great family, you have access to accounts automatically. It's not like a bank where you have different accounts. Your current account and your savings account, and that's not the case with us, okay? You become a member, automatically you have two accounts, and you always had those. Whether we were GSBCCU or Civil Service Credit Union or you always had those. We may add more.
Right. But the basics.
Yes, the basics. Those are the basic two. So your special shares and your regular shares became lifetime savings and transactional. No, they're self-explanatory, but I'll go through it. Your transactional savings is tied to your card. For those of you who might say, I don't have a card, but that's the account you withdraw from and deposit into all the time. But I have a little news for you. There's no interest rate there. Right?
You don't get interest on that.
You don't get interest on
transactional savings.
You don't. Okay? For obvious reasons. Money in, money out. That's what it is. It's a current account.
Okay.
So we advise you to save, really. Save for a rainy day. When we say save, we mean tuck away into your lifetime savings where you get a handsome interest rate.
Okay.
That's preferred. If you have a loan, you may, you will always have to fill in a form that gives you access to that money. Please don't see it as an administrative headache, as a setback. It is us saying to you, think before you spend.
Okay. And you're talking about the lifetime savings?
Yes, because credit unionism encourages you to save.
Yeah.
Right? This is how we're able to borrow. This is about people helping people. Don't forget the fundamentals on which we are built. Right? People helping people. So we pool our resources so that we can get loans, we can send our children to school, we can do education, we can do football, we can do all our philanthropy, and one big happy family. So this is a deterrent, because we need you to ask a question. Do I really want to use this money? And don't be surprised if you're denied it, because if you have a loan and that money is securing the loan, you will be denied it.
Except you make some special negotiations.
Well, apart from which, not just that, you may have had the loan for quite a while, and once you have a loan, whether you know it or not. Sometimes we get so excited to get the loan, we don't read the fine print. The fine print in there safeguards you because you are saving at least $50 a month. It may be more.
All right.
But usually, along with the loan, we request that you.
So at the end of paying the loan, we have a savings.
You have a savings.
Accumulated.
But while it's accumulating, you may find that you find yourself in a bind and we're able to give you something from the lifetime savings because you no longer just have the 10% because your principal is going down, you're paying, you're servicing the loan, and your savings is going up. So,
you have a little flexibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
The scale is moving in the right direction, right? So you're now able to access that. I'm not telling you that you should. What can happen is you might find that your loans officer says, keep your savings. Maybe we can top up your loan. But it may be just $200 to tide you over. It may be just a very sticky time. You may have done, it's so funny, you may have done some power washing, and for some reason you have an astronomical bill from Nawasa. Nawasa not coming down on you because we know when you do power washing, you're using the water, so you have to pay for it. You have to pay what you consume. So I'm just making it practical. Yes? But we will ask you because we want you to save. So here's what you do. You have your DO4. People, if you don't have a DO4 savings, your second savings, please get one. Come into Ariza, there is an interest rate. So it's a happy medium between your transaction and your lifetime savings. It's not tied to your card, there is no risk there, and there is interest.
Why the name DO4?
Well, it's just how it is on the system. But here what's neat about it, you can call it anything. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well,
you could rename it.
Yeah.
I remember we had somebody who was selling eggs and she called hers eggs.
Okay, that's an egg account.
Yes, it's true. So when we were purchasing eggs, we knew to deposit it into that account.
Put it on the egg account.
Yeah, so you can call it anything. Even you can call it holiday because maybe you're one of the persons who goes on holiday takes a vacation every year, and that's your vacation money. So you're tucking that money away into your DO4. It's safe. If you have AME, you're able to transfer from that to your transaction savings and access it. But when you come to the counter, you are specific when they ask. Remember the accounts that you have and remember which one you'd like to withdraw from.
Let me ask this, that is for clarification purposes for a number of members in the audience. With the lifetime savings, if by chance, as you like to say, you get yourself in a sticky state, all right, and you need some cash urgently, you need to make a formal request through writing or email requesting to access that fund.
You can sign up the form. You populate the form and the form shows us clearly because you sit with your officer in that case. Or if you have AME, you pull it up. It shows us all of your balances. So it will give us a clear picture of what you have and what you may have access to. But if you have a loan, what happens is it goes to the loans department so that they can weigh it and decide whether or not if you can get. But we're not beasts. In fact, we're very human, and we pride ourselves on liking to have the conversation. So don't walk away. Somebody may look at it and say, but you're not qualified. But you have a situation. You have a medical something, somebody needing an MRI, somebody needing a CT scan. Don't walk away like this. I am telling you, there are solutions. So sit with somebody. Remember, we have an open door policy. You do not have to make an appointment. You walk in, you would get to see a loans officer. You have to have confidence in your loans officer. Be open, have that conversation, and the person will sit with you and say, this is what I see of your account. So it doesn't look possible, but what are your needs? Because it may not be a want.
It might actually be.
It may not be that you're going on vacation. A vacation may be a want at the time. But what if you have a medical situation? Precisely. It could be something. This could be the difference between your child going back to. Yes, your child could be thrown out of school because they don't have a laptop.
Yeah.
Speak to us. Have the conversation and let us be able to get a solution. We are solutions oriented.
And that's one of the things Ariza really prides itself with. Very rare you get a member come to Ariza with a problem and go back with a bigger problem because you went hoping that you would get the problem solved and it turned on adds complexity to the problem.
You see,
very rare that happens.
What can happen is that we solved the problem or we put you in a better solution, in a better position, but then you, subsequent to that, you borrowed elsewhere or you had higher purchase and there.
Yeah.
So you find yourself in a bind.
Sticky.
It doesn't mean that we can't consolidate and get you back on your feet.
All right.
What we want is to see you well, financially well, financially sound.
Yeah.
Yes?
People helping people.
That's what it's all about.
Let me ask this. From an Ariza's perspective, which is the safest if someone, let's say, gets a lump sum of money?
Oh, your lifetime savings. That goes without saying.
That's the best account to
dump it. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that just off the bat like that. Remember, you have your education savings. Education should be constant, should be continuous, is what I should say. Not constant, continuous. And you also have your retirement savings. Hey, you get a lump sum of money, dump it there.
Your retirement?
Yes.
Okay.
Lock the door and throw the key.
There's a nice interest rate there as well. Okay.
And we work with you through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I rise all the time.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
You know, as much as that's possible. So someone called my company phone and said they couldn't get through to somebody, and I'm saying you can call 534-1111. People, do not limit yourself. You have access to us. If you go to the Facebook, go to Messenger. If you really want to get through, you send a message. Don't frustrate yourself because for some reason somebody didn't answer. I'm going to give you this number, 424-6194. If you send me a WhatsApp, you have a situation, I will just direct it to the right person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Repeat that number.
424-6194.
424-6194. Let me just check WhatsApp. People usually send questions and so forth via WhatsApp, and sometimes after you leave, I realize that no, there isn't any concerns, any quarrels, any queries.
Good. While I like to interact, it may mean that they understand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for those in the diaspora who are doing their deposits, and so remember we just came back, check your account. For most people, we set them up on AMI. Check your account, see if the distribution is the way you would like it to be and you're earning interest.
And I saw an email not so long ago that the electronic statements are up and running again.
Right.
So you can check your account to that.
Always check.
Okay. That's it, folks. Anything you thought we left?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so. But, I just want to say again, don't fret when we ask you to sign up this form. It makes you stop and think. We want you to save.
It's a check.
Yes, you have to do. It's a check for you. And if you did the DO4 and you put $50 in there, it would be easier for you because you don't have to do that form.
Yeah. The wisdom of the aged folks, they always tell you save for a rainy day.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Yeah, so it's always important to do that. Josephine, thank you very much as always. Bring back all the love and regards to Ariza from the security team right up to Mr. Lord. And have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday.
Thank you, Innocent. I wish you well. And we look forward to a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And preparations for Christmas is on. Mm-hmm. I hope you start.
And ICU Day is coming up. October. ICU Day is coming up in October. Let's put it in order.
There's a big day coming up on the 18th of this month as well. That's my birthday,
Oh, wow.
So I'm telling you in advance that, acceptance dates are already open.
Okay, the cake. I know.
You're smart. You're so
the cake. All right. Don't behave so now.
Always a pleasure. Give Mr. Whiteman a special good morning for me as always.
I will. I'll make
Folks, that's
it
it for the Ariza conversation this morning. We take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Don't you go anywhere.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Suicide is a growing public health challenge, and Wednesday, September 10th, marks World Suicide Prevention Day under the theme, Changing the Narrative on Suicide. This Monday on Beyond the Headlines, breaking the silence, we put the issue under the spotlight. In studio, Josh Hector, Director of Mental Health and Substance Use, and Pearson Stroud, Director of Student Support Services. We discuss the warning signs, the role of schools, and how families and communities can respond. Join us live Monday night only on GBN. It's Beyond the Headlines at 8:30 p.m.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more. Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbard's, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow.
All right, folks, it's 19 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour, and we have 19 minutes in which to have a conversation this morning. And there's something that I want to raise, something someone brought to my attention yesterday, and I really want to get your take on this. Someone said to me that they were just taking their family out for a ride yesterday evening, and they thought a fitting place that they could have gone was the Grenada 8th Lake, and they got up there just a little after 6, and to their demise, their sad realization that the gate that leads to the Grenada 8th Lake was locked and they couldn't enter. Now, that is a concern for me. Why would that gate be locked? I know that we're preparing for the tourist season, and it is, it is one of the tourist sites, but what about us locals? Don't we have equal access to our iconic sites? I think that in my opinion, when I was told that, I thought that was I don't think that was right. The person said they drove all the way from the south of the island, hoping that they could just chillax, with the sunset and enjoy the beauty, the scenic beauty of the Grenada 8th Lake, only to be faced with a locked gate that they can't even enter that site. And to me, that's a concern. Do you think these sites should be locked? I remember Gabby did a song in Barbados, Jack, the beach is mine. What are your thoughts? Should these sites be locked to us? I don't think so. 435-2041. What are your thoughts? I know you want to talk a lot on that information that is circulating on social media. I want to take the opportunity at this time also to extend the deepest condolences to the Blaze family. I don't even know how to start there, because this is an immense loss, not just for his family, but for Grenada on a whole. The passing of Mr. Michael Blaze Richardson, I think. I can't remember his surname, but he passed, he transitioned, and a loss for the pan industry. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, and morning to the southern areas. Now, the situation with the Grenada, as you said, we shouldn't jump to conclusion too quickly. We should try and find out the circumstances in which this thing is happening. I remember years ago I had a campaign, and somewhat successful at the time, just before Hurricane Ivan, when the then government wanted to privatize Grenada under the name of commercialization. And I had actually documents in which correspondence between the private entity and the government entity was going on. And I remember I was, ready to for it, but in the end, when it was revealed by the media people that I did have communication, the then leader said, well, not because something is written on paper means that it has to be honored. Anyway, so we need to know, and then since then there has been an attempt to privatize, commercialize, whatever they call it. So this is maybe a good time for us to revisit that and decide what we want to have with our nature, natural places, but also we cannot discount the need for management of those places, because people could just go there anyhow, anytime, in any circumstances without any responsibility. That's another question. Now, my real issue I want to talk about is that we are trying to run away. The Caribbean is becoming a zone of war. A zone of war. And I don't think our people are really understanding the magnitude of the problem. The latest we know is that the U.S. is sending stealth aircraft, whatever, these killing machines, to Puerto Rico. And soon they'll have stuff in Trinidad. They already have a connection with through NATO in Brunei and so on, and I understand. So we are becoming a zone of war. And we have to stand up and say, no, there's no need for war machines in the Caribbean. If there is a problem, let's talk about it, let's deal with it, not this war stuff. And I was on a number of programs over the weekend, and internationally people are crying shame on the Prime Minister of Trinidad. It's ridiculous. Okay. Even some Americans are saying, look, there's nothing, no truth about this thing about drugs. It's regime change. Hello, we return to 1983 when we have a woman leading the charge to get the Americans to invade Grenada. We have seen that. We have seen that now with Venezuela. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much for your contribution. Folks, it's 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock. All right, so like I said, someone has on Facebook here, was the gate locked for any reason? I just, in my opinion, I think if you want to have the place secured, you have security guards there, but totally locking access to the Granite Lake, to me, is a no-no. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm alive and thankful. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I think I heard you say you need to have security there, because I'm wondering, the person who locked the gates, how far did they wander off? You know, without a doubt, right? Our national treasures should be protected. There should be a regime for its maintenance. You know, the best things in life are free, yes, but even the free air that we inhale, we have problems with it because it's becoming polluted, because everybody just doing what they want. So it should be protected, but there should be someone there, and Grenadians who are inheritors should be treated differently to, let's say, a tourist who come on a sightseeing mission. So let's suppose you intend to charge a tourist $1 for the hour that they're spending, $1 US for the hour they're spending there. Probably Grenadians, because you're going to utilize the space, might be $1 EC. You know, but we have to find ways to earn revenue to develop those sites. Because when we don't develop our sites, what do we have to offer to the world?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with maintaining and developing and securing, but denial of access to me.
No, access should not be denied. Not at all. That's a dangerous move.
Yep, definitely.
You know? This is ours. However, there's a price that we have to pay to continue to have it being ours, right? The idea that everything must just be free, as in free. You know, when things are too free, we end up in problems.
Yeah.
So that. The other issue is, Mr. Blaze, who would have contributed a lot to PAN, he passed on. And I'm laughing because people will kill me for saying this, right? Probably he has passed on to change the narrative that is going around now with the other mysterious death. I hope Mr. Blaze did not die mysteriously. I hope it was from natural causes. All right? What I want to say publicly and on air is that, you know, every death has a lesson for us to learn from. Every death, whether it's violence through violence, or it's through natural causes, is a lesson for us to learn from. And we as Grenadians must take time out to learn, you know. We say we believe in God. We say we believe in the power of God. But sometimes we don't behave as such, you know. And I want us to stand back. And finally, the next talked about issue being the access to reproductive health without parental consent. At some point, I think that the parents should be on board with that. A child might make the first move to go get itself secure, but I think that the parents should be on board with that subsequently. And once the process is started, I don't think that the parents would be able to stop it or could stop it. What they have to do is to work along with the child to get the child back to a state of good health. That's just my comments this morning, Innocent. I trust that they'll be welcome.
Thank you very much, caller. Folks, it's 10 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and you know the digits, 435-2041. And back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I just want to say that in talks about Granite Tank, maybe they probably didn't work or something, to upgrade it. But whatever the reason, they should put it out on air so people know what's going on. So if that is the reason, they should let us know so we don't waste our time to go up there and then we can enter.
But do you think there should ever be a time when we can't enter Granite Lake and so forth?
No, it is part of the Grenada heritage, and it should be accessible at all times.
Even if you have management strategies in place to maybe to collect money or to ensure that people are conducting themselves in a particular manner and so forth, but to deny access, I think that is a step too far.
That's a no-no.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. This is what Grenada comes now. I used to be able to visit Annadale waterfalls for free. Now we have to pay only. Access is through money. All right, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Nice. Thank you very much, President. Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Well, as a taxi driver for over 50 years, I fully support the locking, the closing, the shutting out of our own local people in particular. Because I can tell you, the condition I see our own local people leave this place when they go there to visit, whether night, whether day or whatnot, etc. I fully well support the closing down, shut them out, during the day when the place is everybody walking and whatnot, etc., and you have a security or whatnot going through there, it's fine. But Sunday evening is when you talk about Sunday evening. And you'll be surprised to see Monday morning, you go there and you see the condition of our own local people and what they do. Man, it's a shame and a disgrace how our own local people behave. Let me say something here in closing. Last night I had a dream, and, well, I shouldn't say a dream. The Father showed me in my sleep. He affectionately called Tillman Uncle Tilly. And he was outside of the ministerial complex with his wife and 2 children. They appeared to be 2 ladies, but he was smoking, it looked like a cigarette. He was all dressed in black. You know what I want to say here today? This ministerial complex was built under the watch of Dr. Keith Mitchell. The parliamentary building was built under the watch of Dr. Keith Mitchell. This present administration is sitting down inside here and enjoying whatever it is they can enjoy, but they have people on the street using profanity, criticizing Dr. Keith Mitchell and the rest and whatnot. I personally here, you might realize it in my voice, 1 foot farmer. I suffering for the past, burial pass and lick up my property. And up to now, the burial relief program, I have no idea of what is happening. And I'm being now curtailed from going into my lands and work because of road and bad conditions. And pretty larceny is really creating a problem for me. Animal husbandry, people with their livestock and whatnot, etc., is creating a problem. 3 years ago, I planted a whole set of plantain and blogo and fig and whatnot, as you want to call it. And frankly speaking, goats, on the 1st of August, I count 15 goats. And frankly speaking, the last blogo stool that is standing, by God, they strip them down, they pull them down. I can't get anything from my lands right now. And I want to criticize and condemn this present administration to the fullest, because the United Nations Geneva Convention on the rights of people with disabilities and disabled people, and I can tell you, last year, October, I was invited to the Caribbean Disability Conference held in Grenada. And the minister responsible for social development, and wow, she let me down to the fullest. Man, I can tell you, removing 150, well, what should I say, that is small change, petty change, 150 cents. And then this present administration put up how much $1,000 on their income. And they're not thinking much about me as a person suffering here.
Okay, we seem to have lost the contact there with this caller. Folks, it's 4 minutes on to 8 o'clock. So he's of the opinion that we should lock it down. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that what is required is proper management of the facilities, but to, just shut it down? No. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, and thank you for taking my call. I have a concern, right? I don't know exactly how to put it, but in terms of words, it's very common now for us Grenadians and mainly people around the world from the lowest in society to the highest in society. I notice that we always calling our children kids. And I know that a kid is a goat, is a young goat, right? And also we calling our children all kind of names. We're giving them all kind of names to suit our fancy and to suit our culture, and these kind of things, and we don't realize how we are shaping our society, because those words are very powerful. When you're calling your children kids, you're actually calling them little goats. And we don't know behind the scene in the spiritual realm what we are creating for, how we are rearranging and recreating our society and our culture to become alienated from what God has created. Because we're changing things by using words, and words create things. Words have power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. We may be sincere. We are, well, as a matter of fact, we're sincere and we're ignorant, but that does not make it right. And I'm seeing a lot of negative effects because of the way we do things and the things we say. So I would like to really put out a challenge to society, our nation. If we could try our best to reshape our generation by using words that are appropriate, words that are godly, words that will enhance, words that will build up. Because if we don't do that, we will be complaining about the negatives of society, and yet still we are the ones who are shaping it. So just an eye-opener. I would like for everyone to be aware of this, and if we could take up the challenge of making these kind of changes, these root changes, and use words that are more uplifting and more appropriate, so that we could have a better society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We've got 2 minutes left on the program. 435-2041. The focal point this morning is, should our national parks and iconic sites be locked? Personally, my opinion is that they should be managed properly, all right, to prevent vandalism and misuse and so forth. But locking at 6 in the evening, to me, that's a no-no. That's my take on this. 435-2041. Let's see what all right, we do have a caller here. Let's go there and said, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Yeah, concerning, I have two things to talk about, but concerning the issue, what you're talking about with the special places of interest for foreigners and locals alike. I believe locals should pay a small fee to go to places of interest, for the simple reason somebody has to clean up after them. And if you go to a place, whether you use a washroom or whether you eat and sit down on benches, you leave your garbage there, somebody has to pick it up. Even though you don't pay the same amount, I believe somebody should pay. The only exemptions I would say should be taxi drivers. If taxi drivers take foreigners, be it tourists or be it people living here on holidays for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, and they have to take them in to explain certain things to them, I think they should not have to pay. But anything else, I believe locals, the same way it happens abroad. When you go to places, you just pay a small fee. So I believe firmly that, yes, the locals should have to pay. And
but should it be locked at any time?
Pardon?
Should the facility be locked at any time? For example, the Grenada Lake, visiting the Grenada Lake, should there be a time limit for that?
Yes, I believe after a certain time, the place is shut down. I wouldn't like it to remain open 24 hours a day. At a certain times, there is no access because it all goes for vandalism and whatever. So at a certain time, you close it down appropriately. You check whatever time, work with a time where definitely you won't get much locals or foreigners coming in. You do your cleanup, do all what you do, and get it ready for the next day. The other two things I want to mention is, one, I think first impression is always last. And I will say, I call on the Ministry of Works. The airport is our first place of entry for anybody, foreign or locals alike. And when you come out of the airport, you have to be swinging away from potholes. I know they're doing some work down there with Nawasa. laying pipes. But that has nothing to do with the rest of the road. I believe the rest of the road could be patched so you don't have to, it could create accidents. And some of the holes, when you go down in them, it's really deep. So I call on the Ministry of Works to please just patch some of the holes down there because, as I said, first impression is always last. The last one, though, is the big, heavy trucks. I have no problem with the big, heavy trucks, but I tell you, in a sense, the government, the police has to do something about these big, heavy trucks in the night time, blowing their horns, consider all up till 11 o'clock in the night. I live on the West Coast, and they have some aggregates or whatever they're bringing up to the West Coast, to the dump or wherever they're going. And all you come on Cherry Hill, you could hear me coming all you. There are no consideration for children who has to go to school or elderly people who is trying to take a little rest. I believe they should do it, and they don't like to hear you talk about the outer wall. But after 6 o'clock in the evening, you should not be blowing your horns unless necessary. And I believe those big trucks have these gas horns and the A horns. The police need to patrol, and any big trucks they know see blowing the horn. Nothing is coming towards them but they're blowing the horn. Okay. I think that should be there should be a law against that.
Thank you very much, caller.
Because thank you very much.
Thank you very much, folks. It's that time when we've got to do the wrap. We've got to join the BBC, which is already in progress. Thank you very much for being a part of the conversation this morning. I love you. Bye-bye.
Believed to have come from the occupied West Bank. This is usually a busy junction. It's near to Jewish settlements in East Jerusalem, and Palestinians and Israelis mix on the road. Under heavy guard, the Israeli Prime Minister came to see what had happened for himself.
Israel says it's accepted Donald Trump's proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza. The Foreign Minister, Gideon Saar, said during a visit to Hungary that Israel was ready to accept a full deal ending the war that would include the release of hostages and Hamas laying down its arms. For its part, Hamas says it's ready to sit at the negotiating table at once. Argentina's president has acknowledged his party's clear defeat in elections in the country's most populous province, Buenos Aires. Javier Milei's party lost to the centre-left by about 13 points. But speaking to supporters, he said he would double down on his libertarian reforms.
Aquellas cosas en las que nos hemos equivocado, las vamos a corregir.
Those things in which we've made mistakes, we will correct them. There's no option to repeat the errors facing the future. We'll continue fiercely defending the fiscal balance. We'll continue maintaining the strong monetary restriction. We will maintain the exchange rate scheme to which we committed ourselves with the Argentines.
World News from the BBC. The Health Ministry in the Democratic Republic of Congo has intensified efforts to stop the spread of Ebola after confirming a new outbreak in Kasai province. Officials say cases of the highly infectious Zaire strain have risen to 43, with 15 deaths. A doctor has gone on trial in France, accused of poisoning 30 of his patients, killing 12 of them. Frédéric Péchier worked as an anaesthetist in the city of Besançon. Prosecutors say he deliberately created emergencies in order to show off his resuscitation skills. A strike on London's underground network has caused widespread disruption. There are no trains at all on most lines. Thousands of commuters in the UK capital were forced to make changes to their journeys. Some squeezed onto cramped buses, while others opted for cycling, walking or working from home. The singer and co-founder of the British rock band Supertramp has died at the age of 81. A statement from the band said Rick Davies died at his home in Long Island in the United States, a decade after being diagnosed with a type of blood cancer. David Silito looks back at his music and his life.
Right, you're bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say.
It was 1974 when a struggling band...